Since time immemorial, India has been an important market and source for global players. Its vast young English-speaking population, buoyant stock markets and vast natural resources make it an inevitable location for any Indian or overseas player with global ambitions. India is a primary beneficiary of the global telecom and internet revolution, which has helped it connect strongly to the global marketplace. A cutting-edge information technology sector complements the back-office industry to offer cost-effective services around the world. Geography is history in the New World Order, an order dictated by globalization, liberalization and fierce, boundaryless competition, and India is perfectly positioned to benefit from it. Today, India is investing heavily in infrastructure, education, healthcare, e-governance and globalization. Most of these sectors have been opened up to foreign direct investment. Most of the Fortune 100 companies and Fortune 500 companies today have a direct presence in India. India is just too important a location for anyone to ignore. From world-class expressways to world-class airports, India is on the move. And nowhere is this more visible than in the National Capital Region. Not only the heritage and infrastructural facilities. Even when it comes to manufacturing and services, NCR beats every other Indian city. BPOs and IT companies working from NCR have more capacity than London, Singapore and New York put together. 20% of all foreign direct investment coming to India is targeted at the NCR. With a captive population of over 20 million and a directly accessible hinterland of over 500 million people, the National Capital Region is the must-be-in location for anyone wanting to do business in, from or with India. Major policy initiatives are being implemented to help unleash India's dormant powers. The Special Economic Zone is one such major initiative. The Nsez Act was promulgated in 2005 and ushered in a new paradigm for companies operating in the borderless world.
This legislation aims to boost exports from the country, but in order to do that, the government did a quick check and they found out that they needed to provide three main pillars to this legislation to ensure that it met its objective. The first was provide fiscal incentive, the second was to give regulatory freedom, the third was to provide supportive infrastructure. By fiscal incentives, the government decided to give complete tax holiday to the developers which are going to create zones. The second thing which they did was that whatever units were going to come in and establish operations therein, they gave a 10 out of 15-year kind of a phased holiday in which the first 5 years you're fully exempted, the balance 5 years you have another 50% deduction of profits, and the last 5 years is for reinvestment in new plant and machinery. They also supplemented this by providing complete indirect tax holiday on the inputs which would go towards creating the zone and establishing operations within the SEZ. Now, while you have these incentives, you need to have a regulatory freedom also. The Development Commissioner has been made the single point of contact for giving single window clearances for all your approvals. The other thing which the government noticed was that since the zones would be created in slightly far off areas, there was a need to create supportive infrastructure to provide a walk to work kind of a culture for the people residing there, getting employed there, and give them a high quality of life. So all tax incentives have also been given to the developers for creating a good supportive infrastructure.
In the eastern part of the National Capital Region, less than 20 minutes driving time from Parliament House, is one of India's largest and most successful special economic zones. The Noida Special Economic Zone. Located minutes off the Taj Expressway and within an hour's driving time from the international airport, Nsez was established as an export promotion zone In 1985, spread over 310 acres of prime land, the zone is within easy access of the NCR's metro network. The zone is linked to all the major expressways and highways of North India.
We found this SEZ advantageous for us by location due to proximity from NCR, due to we have nearby express way for commutation point of view. Then housing is good for employees. Since last 7 years, we grown 6 times in this unit. That is the business growth, what we saw as compared to the other units. Growth is tremendous. We are getting very high support from SEZ authority, that is really appreciable, by which our business complicacy is resolved and we are not getting any difficulty to get all paper formalities very quickly.
In 2006 and 7, it was a difficult decision to select a place for producing SIM cards and smart cards. Somebody directed us that the Bangalore will be the best. Somebody said that Hyderabad is coming up very well, but we selected to be in Nsez because we wanted a very transparent, supportive and environment where we can produce an electronic product in a very supportive environment.
The SEZ scheme of the government was brought with the idea of single window clearance and integrated township. Single window clearance system has made the custom and other regulatory approvals rapid and hassle-free, and an integrated township has helped the efficiency levels of all the employees grow manifold. This is why this scheme has been very successful. It has attracted both domestic and foreign investments. 577 special economic zones have been approved in various parts of the country, with 3,048 approved units.
SEZs have been aptly described as engines of economic growth. SEZ policy came into being in the year 2000 and the policy has 5 main objectives. The objectives are promotion of exports, both of goods and services, promotion of investment from both domestic as well as foreign sources, generation of additional employment opportunities, generation of additional economic activity and development of infrastructure.
In 2005-2006, the Government of India decided to enact SEZ Act and SEZ rules. Now, after the enactment of SEZ Act and rules, the concept of SEZ has become very popular. From 7 SEZs which are owned by central government, having a total area of around 2,000 acres, there are presently 575 SEZs and they cover a total area of around 5 lakh acres. This is a huge increase.
The Special Economic Zone scheme has been such a huge success that a total investment of approximately rupees 1,50,000 crores has already been made. Exports of approximately rupees 59,000 crores were done in the year 2010-11, with a growth of 68% over the corresponding period of 2009 and 10. Out of 114 currently operational SEZs, 14 are multi-product SEZs, while others are sector-specific.
One of the biggest advantage with the special economic zone is the fact that the small and the medium enterprises are able to start their business at a very marginal or minimal cost.
NSEZ offers a host of special benefits under the SEZ Act. These benefits include 100% corporate tax exemption for first 5 years, 50% exemption for the next 5 years, and 50% of the ploughed back profits for the next 5 years. Duty exemption on the import of capital goods, raw materials and components. Exemption from central duty and levies on goods brought from domestic tariff area. Exemption of taxes on purchase of goods from domestic market. Exemption from payment of service tax. No restriction in foreign shareholding. 100% convertibility of export earnings at market rates. Unrestricted remittance of profits and dividends. Subcontracting facilities of production in DTA or abroad. No separate license required for import. No restriction on import, export of canalized items. Facilities retain up to 100% of export earning in EEFC accounts and 100% FDI for manufacturing units under automatic route. The procedure was to set up a unit in Nsez is also a clear and fast process. There are 2 routes which can be taken for approval. The applications going under automatic route are processed within 15 days from the date of submission to the Development Commissioner, while the proposals under Board of Approvals route are processed within 45 days. There are basic requirements and clearances required from the state government to set up a unit. After the approval of project, entrepreneurs may apply for the allotment of plot or standard design factory. Applications for electricity connection, high-speed data link and approval for building plan is processed between 2 to 4 weeks.
Whenever we submit a project for setting up a unit here, there is a speedy clearance. Very practical approach is taken by the administration to clear the projects and give a very speedy approval.
Currently, there are 280 production units operating from the zone. These units are from various sectors, with the thrust areas being IT, IT-enabled services, software and gems and jewellery. The infrastructure and tremendous support services provided by Nsez is the reason why the business firms from different sectors have grown here multiple times over the years.
We are a company which moved in from the EOU in Bombay and located in the Noida Special Economic Zone 10 years ago. We've had a good run with the availability of labor and the accessibility to raw materials. The banking and the other infrastructure around has also been very marvelous here, and the officers of the Nsez have been very, very helpful in taking our business further. The proximity also to ICD Dadri port has really helped movement of our goods very, very well.
I find by far the costs in Noida, be it infrastructure cost, be it people cost, be it utility cost, is by far the lowest. There are no extreme weathers here, no snowfall to battle, no extreme heat like the Rajasthan deserts. The power situation is good. The second reason why I think Noida scores is that international connectivity, be it for people, for goods or for bits and bytes, is very good. Third reason, and I think this is really a compelling reason to locate anything in the Nsez, is the extremely high caliber of government officials you deal with.
Nsez has sustained high export growth for the past many years, going from approximately rupees 3,500 million in 1994-95 to 163,080 million in 2009 and 10.
The exports of this zone has gone up from rupees 1,000 crores, that is about 2.2 billion US dollars in the year 2001-2 to rupees 9,000 crores, that is about 20 billion US dollars in the year 2009-10. That amply shows the success of this zone.
Huge growth in export rates, various investments, especially foreign direct investment, production units and employment explains the success story of Noida Special Economic Zone. And Nsez is finally only as good as the units inside the zone. Several of the units located inside the zone have gone from strength to strength over the years, and with them has grown the Noida Special Economic Zone, setting an example of growth and success for all the future Nsez to come.